names.
What?
Come on. You, Tube, World, Michael, Steve, Robert, gracing us with his presence tonight. Bob Lewis, YouTube Sports Card Hall of Famer. When Bob Lewis brings credibility to your show, you know you have a show. No, I don't know what that means. I'm not getting technical. Come on, I'm not getting teed up.
I bring something.
You bring you, Bob, and that's all that matters, my friend.
Thank you.
As we were chatting in the pre-show, good to see you. It's been a while.
Good to be here.
The joys of multiple things outside of. Oh no, that's called adulting. Last time I checked, isn't that what that's called?
Yeah, I read about it once.
Yeah, what the hell? Is there any way we can like sign a petition and like get rid of it? Maybe, perhaps.
Yeah, in spurts, I'm able to like fool myself, but then reality sets in, and yeah, I've got gray in my beard and children, jobs, aging parents, all that kind of stuff. Responsibility.
Yeah, damn that responsibility. That's the worst part of adulting.
Yeah. That's all right. That's why I come here with a dose of I have no responsibilities here, so I'm good.
This is true. This is true. And yes, for those who are curious, like I'm actually wearing the hat this time because I think I threw Mike Good for a loop last week. Since I normally have the hat on even when I have my hair cut, but it's one of those in which I think by the time it was ready for showtime, I didn't bother to grab it. So,
Dave, it's not cold enough for the tassel cap yet up there?
It was 10 this morning. So
fuck.
I'd say that qualifies as cold enough.
It is, but I'll bring my cap and I'll bring my choppers and I'll have them together because when I go in the freezer, I usually put them on with my hoodie because during work I don't wear the hoodie. I got my regular shirt on and whatever. But if I go in that freezer for an extended period of time, I usually get a cold easily enough during this time of year. I don't have to like push it forward even more. So those were in the vehicle. So I'm like, yes, that's exactly where I want them to be, and try to put them on at 10 degrees in the morning. I'm like, no. Just wear the baseball cap, and then that's it. And yeah, it's at least like the snow melted, so that's the positive. And it's just too soon for the snow to be here. And
well, didn't Vinny get snow too?
Yeah, he did. He was.
I mean, Michigan's though was like the lake effect snow type stuff, so it was. Which yes, it's the same thing, but it's not. How do I want to put this? Actually, like I'll leave it to the meteorologist on the show. But it's not like a storm system came through and like was dropping snow. It was based on temperature and humidity and everything else and moisture from the lakes and
No, it's more of the cool air meeting the warm water or warmer water, and then everything. That's why you get a lot of lake effect snow.
Yeah,
because of
enough
effect from the lake.
Wow, what a concept.
Well, I just wanted to make sure, since I'm sure we'll have some new viewers tonight. A big lakes, it's not like, okay, it goes over whatever big lake is down by Texas or in Texas near you. It's like, again, Lake Superior, the Great Lakes, those are
We've
the
had
ones.
it. Like we've had it, not like where I am specifically, but we have had lake effect snow in years prior. Because we do have some pretty significant sized lakes here, but nothing comparative to the Great Lakes. I mean, they pale in comparison, but at the same time, they're still fairly large
Mhm.
considering.
Ooh, how far are you from Austin? I have no idea, like any geography about Texas.
So Austin is roughly 4.5 to 5 hours.
Because
south
there
of
was
here.
a question in my kid's homework tonight that, and it was talking about bats and how there's a city, I think it was Austin, where there's like a bridge where like almost 1 million bats hang out during the day. And is that
Sure.
a thing?
Sure. I know we have if I'm not mistaken, I think is there a cave somewhere?
There is a pretty crazy cave down there.
And I'm pretty sure that there's bats there,
Mm-hmm.
but from a bridge, that's kind of the first time I've heard it. But then again, usually when I'm in Austin, I'm literally driving through it because I'm going further south than
Yeah, it
Austin.
was like talking about bats sleep during the day, and that was like a place where they did that.
I could see it though.
Sure.
I'd be interested to know exactly what the bridge is and where it
Yeah,
is
it's
in
big.
relation to like the Capitol building. Just because like when you're driving down 35, like no matter which way you go, if you go up or through I call it the cavern. But there's two paths to get through downtown Austin because that's literally what you do when you drive south. You literally drive to the middle of downtown Austin. So you can either go down or you can go up. So there's like in order to go up, you get on it like way back where, like 30 miles almost, I think, north in order to get on it. But no matter which path you take, you can see like the Capitol building as long as you know what to look for. Like you pay attention to the streets, and I couldn't tell you exactly what street it's on. 1st, 15th. You drive it enough, you look, if you're going through Austin, you look to the right, and of course you'll see the Capitol building because it's like literally
It usually has a dome involved, usually.
Call it that.
I'd imagine it's on Baker Street and the bridge. If you want to know where it's at, I'd ask Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel. Those would be the two I'd ask where that bridge is.
Yeah,
and
I have them on speed dial.
I don't know. Austin doesn't seem like a spot where there'd be bats at. I'd think more of Louisville. That would be the place where I'd direct my bat attention.
Wow, Dave. Wow. Like you were stretching.
Well, that's my waistband, but I mean, yeah. So,
Well, you do talk about the fattening tour quite
never
frequently.
ending.
It goes on hiatus though.
Well, I won't say hiatus. There's just not as much like actually going out. The tour is usually out of the oven or off the top of the stove.
That's how we roll, Bobby. Come on, you should know this. Bob, you were about to say something, so I'm assuming you had a question or comment or statement.
I just was going to say, we can. Is the research department joining us tonight at some point?
Supposed to be.
So we can save it for him.
And I'm not going to fill the shoes of the research department because he does such a fine job. Plus, that's what he gets paid to do.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
So, do we want to talk about other mammals now, or
other what?
Other mammals?
Other mammals? Well, geez. I'm surprised y'all didn't hear Charlie over here like slurping up his water, man. He's not the most quiet. Wow. So yeah, research department usually is about 9-ish Central Time, maybe a little after. Part of it has to do is when practice gets over. So
that's called a tease, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to know the real story about bats in Austin, you have to wait until then.
I'm sure they will be waiting with bated breath. I'm sure. Not. But I digress. Oh, and Dave, I'm surprised. And no, I'm not calling you out by any stretch of the imagination.
But
So
Dave, I'm not calling you out.
Yeah,
not in that.
That wasn't the way to lead into that.
Hush, Michael. We've had a couple episodes, at least from a placeholder perspective, that we have teased the return of top 5.
Correct.
And I was surprised that one wasn't notated for this week because we are getting closer to Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And since the one last week had to do with, Thanksgiving traditions, which for me is like 2 nowadays, but I digress. Is there any possibility that we will look to be doing that going into next week because of Thanksgiving?
The thing I just wanted to get like this week for that would be, I don't know, like I said, what time the games will be done, and then with Ryan on.
Well, and that's why I was asking, because knowing Ryan, hint, hint, Ryan's supposed to be joining us next week.
And so that's why I sort of wanted to get it like, okay, no, we're not rushing through shit and
right.
We're gonna like talk over each other just to get like our 5 out or whatever we've got for a number. And I figured this would be a great one because I mean, the placeholder that it's a wonderful placeholder. It's one of the best. Never been better.
I would have to say that is definitely at the top of the list for you, Dave. But your creativeness,
very limited editing abilities.
Hey, most people wouldn't notice. I think it's pretty damn good considering it's always on your phone. So I give you mad props. That's for damn sure.
And just think, we didn't start out with them ever. It was just jump right in.
Yep. Yeah, I don't even remember what the heck the stuff kind of looked like in preparation. Like I know like when we would schedule it, being no placeholders. I don't even remember what used to sit on the screen before we started, before we went live. Until you started doing placeholders.
Probably nothing of great importance or.
Well, but that's what I'm getting at. Like, it's been so long ago. I'm sitting there going, okay, like, what would it have been? Because I know when we created the channel specifically for the podcast, that's fairly consistent about the time you started like doing placeholders is when we created a channel, but
And that's coming up at the beginning of January. 5 years for the channel itself.
yeah, which is crazy too when you think about it. So yeah.
Put it on the list for the research department to investigate.
What else are we investigating? Oh no, research department has responded. Stand by. Look at that. Even when research department is not here, Michael, we lost Michael. Or he was. Were we rotating? Okay, I was like,
It's been bad. It's only been going. Anytime anybody talks, it's like 15 seconds and then it just freezes and starts spinning.
well, that's
I had the same issue last week. I was just too lazy to leave and come back.
Hey, Michael.
What up?
Michael, you didn't miss much, dude.
Yeah.
so. As I was saying, research department is still researching, but said research department is not our normal research department. Somebody else has decided to fill the void.
Whoa.
Thank you, Mr. Dr. Exclusive. The
Was this officially delegated, or did he take it upon himself? Because
I think he just took it upon himself, just because that's how we roll here, man. Come on,
that's initiative. All right.
We always have somebody picking up the slack. Somebody.
I mean, he is a doctor.
It's officially known as the Ann M. Richards Congress Avenue Bridge. So, it's home to the largest urban bat colony in the world, consisting of approximately 1.5 million Mexican free-tailed bats. And it is actually in downtown Austin, crossing over Ladybird Lake. So there you go.
Good to know my kids' homework wasn't, filling their head with lies.
So there you go. Thank you, secondary research department. Till you're
Thank
better
you.
paid.
He might have been still live from the chocolate factory.
That's true too. Or he
Yeah.
just didn't want to wait for research department to show up, so he didn't. Because we only usually get him for a little bit before he calls it a night.
Yeah.
He starts kind of early like Dave, but he's also on the East Coast. So he's got to get his beauty sleep.
I've officially been up for 24 hours because this is about the time I woke up for work last night.
Yeah, but for good reason, since like you had stuff to do today.
Yeah. I've done it before, trust me.
Well, I'm sure. Especially if you're having to, like, you go to work and then you like have kid stuff too, though, in the process.
Yeah.
So, oh geez, research department is on point. So Vinny, I think you're going to be replaced from lead researcher. Like Joe's on point, man. Episode 6 had the first placeholder. The first 5 were just still photos from the broadcast.
Joe is very bored.
Well, he's watching us. What do you expect?
Well, yeah.
He's looking through his cars from Expo and got us on in the background as background noise. Because we've heard that a few times from people that's usually how they listen to the show.
That could be like the tagline of the podcast, background noise, for the hobby background noise.
Might have to take that. Put that in the description box, the hobby thing or the hashtag or whatever. We are your background noise.
Might even say the heroes of background noise.
That may be a stretch.
We are not heroes by any stretch of any imagining.
Well, maybe just by default, because, nobody else is on the list.
Speaking of lists, very nicely done, Bob. Even though you didn't know you were creating a segue, but well done, sir.
Oh, I always know when I'm creating a segue.
Well, this is true. This is true. Like you.
I'm
and I
not
are
sure
always
what we're segueing out of and into, but
it's nothing bad. And no, it's not the topic yet. We will get to this at some point because it's actually quite laughable. But for those who have not seen Brad's latest video, Brad 8671, frequent guest here on the IRP from a football knowledge perspective, has put the link to the Google Sheet for the individuals that qualify for the old school ballot for next year's YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. So since they are splitting it between, what is it, pre-2017, pre-2016? 16. I knew it was one of the two. So 2016 and before, that is the individuals that are on said listing. And then anybody from 2017 on is the newer nominees. So if you haven't had a chance, go look at the list. There's like 137 something channels. Or
this
something.
is like a real thing or something that somebody took it upon themselves.
No. So
we should update Bob first. Let's update Bob.
Well, it's all that, Bob.
So Jake has passed on the ownership / commissioner duties to Ray from Philly, Scotty Tradition, and Brad. So It's now turned into a 3-headed monster. And the reason for like Ray and Scotty is because they've done a lot of the card Hall of Fame stuff for baseball and football, rookie card Hall of Fame type stuff. And Brad was reached out to prior to the change to try and come up with some alternatives or ideas to give the old school channels more of an opportunity to get noticed and have a possibility of getting voted into the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. So the way that there's still going to be more information as things get closer, because usually balloting opens in early January. So the rules are going to be kind of the same. I mean, it's 10 votes. So, all that kind of stuff is the same. They're not changing the length of time, any of that type of stuff up to this point. But the biggest difference is you now have the old school channels are their own ballot, so to speak. So anybody who has YouTube videos still on their channel and or are still active in the community, those are the ones that are on that ballot. There are some exceptions to where like Eastern Connecticut Sports Cards, he falls along that ballot premise, even though a lot of his videos are newer because he had deleted his videos before. But Brad and a lot of people have been able to verify and validate that, yes, he's been around much longer than what his videos state.
I mean, even I know Mr. Fabian.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. As did Dave and I. So, like, we remember him way back then. Somebody who, and I haven't looked to see if he's on the list, but like the first one that came to my mind potentially would have been on the ballot, but since no videos now exist, would be Mr. Dawkins 311. Because last I saw, I don't think he has anything on there.
Matt would be another one too. Bird Fan 87.
Yeah, but he has newer videos. At least he did. But he still would. I know he's on the ballot because I actually saw him when I was kind of looking through real quick. Because like all his sports related stuff earlier stuff went bye-bye, but then he started making videos again, and now he pretty much just posts on Instagram. But still, like, he's still active in that sense. So yeah, there's still more info to come, Bob, from that perspective on how it's actually going to work. If it's 10 votes for or 10 nominees as a whole, or if you have X number of votes for like the newer class and then X number of votes for the older.
Well, what it sounds like is like you're doing the 10 and 5 get in for the new guys. And then I think what Brad had said, and again,
three,
5, you vote for 5 and 3 get in. For the top 3 or whatever. So for the quote unquote old schoolers. So
I will still say that there's still like a lot of it's still TBD. So it's kind of initial thoughts, but nothing has been solidified to this point. And between the 3 of them, we'll hear like additional updates as we get closer. So I'm sure we'll find out more information exactly how it's going to look like going into next year.
Interesting.
Well, if you've been making videos for 1 year, Bobby, you can vote.
You'd have to make a response video for the ballot.
That is correct. That is
can't
correct.
do that in the comments. You gotta.
That part hasn't changed. It's still going to be a video response. No. Making videos for 1 year to vote. You had to be making videos for 3 years to be a nominee. So if you have videos, if you've been making videos for 3 years, Bobby, then technically you could be nominated.
Just like in real sports.
Correct. Yeah. Absolutely, Michael. That's just how it rolls, man. Come on. Now on to this still cracks me up. For the topic of the evening, not quite sure how Dave stumbled across this. I
told you I watched. I like watching, and not in the rage bait, not in the. It eventually, in instances, leads to me just being pissed off because people are stupid. But that's anywhere. I mean, I can go anywhere and that will occur. But looking at a lot of like the national, if we can't go, a Fanatics Fest, we can't go. Dallas show, we can't go. West Coast Card Show or Burbank, the old Burbank type show, we're not there. You want to see again what some people are buying and what like pricing is, because again it's like weather, it's interesting in various degrees. Like weather, various degrees. So where you look at, I'm not like as the other 3 gentlemen know, and Vincenzo and anyone else that's known of me forever. I like long form videos. If you have like a 5-week card show recap, that's not a recap I'm watching. That's you can't recap anything. You have a 40-minute video and you're talking about deals made and all this stuff. Okay, I'll sit down, because again, after work I'm already burnt out of people and interaction, so let's watch people interacting.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense, Dave.
Please. Go with it. And it's just, for me, weird to see people lining up at like an empty table wanting to make a deal with someone. Like, that is going to be your again, if you're maybe the first couple, that makes sense, because you think, okay, 10 to 15 minutes, that ain't going to be bad. If you're 14, 20th, 40th in line, you're waiting in line to possibly make a deal. Possibly.
Not probably. Possibly.
Yeah, because again, it depends on whatever the card is at that time and what like quote unquote hobby prestige is placed upon it. Like if something at the beginning of the year, okay, it's a Patty Mahomes Prism Silver PSA 10. It's still a nice card now, but now it's like the Grapes of Wrath. They're a little sour after the 5-5 record. But you see the people waiting in line for these influencers to have the opportunity to make a deal. So the one I watched, and again, I've said it before, I don't give a fuck if we name names. You guys can go watch. You can do whatever you want. We're going to be transparent. We don't have too big of a nose to do this and like flick our nose at somebody because of we don't want to give like credit where it's due, even if it's credit we don't want to give. But like the king of the cards, Kyle, I watched. Like, I do not like his personality. He's about as bland as a turnip. It just,
And I don't know who the hell he is.
because but again, there's somebody that has long-form videos from like a Fanatics Fest, and that's something we're never going to go to. That just seems like a rave for sports cards with all the noise and celebrities and people, and like that's just there's too many people, there's too much noise. It's nonsense on like steroids.
Well, we've said it though. It's more about the experiences. It's not about the cards. It's the fan experiences that they offer. The card show is like
Secondary.
I don't want to call it an afterthought, but yeah, it's more secondary. Now, I'm sure as things progress, because they've had it now 2 years, that could change. But it's never, me personally, it's never going to be quote unquote card show focused.
No,
It's always going to be about the experiences and the interactions and the panels, and
it's like a WWE Access, but for sports cards.
correct.
Meeting your heroes, meeting influencers, all this other shit. All it's like the cards aren't the sideshow. The sideshow is the main attraction. So watching one of his videos, I saw that the mantle thing come up because like you have the in video ads, like somebody will be like, hey, do you like your PSA grading? Hey, do you like the Zion cases? Here, do you have this or whatever? Like, join my whatnot and what all this other shit. He comes and says like something like, I'd really appreciate if you voted for me for like influencer of the year on like the hobby awards, and that thing came up, and I'm like, I can't be watching this. This has to be something that like this is an April Fool's joke or what is actually going on right now? Because hobby awards. You want to talk about like some skewed stuff? That's you haven't asked the hobby. You've just like pulled names, and some of the names don't make sense. But
Sounds exactly like the YouTube Hall of Fame to me.
Oh, come on now, Michael. The YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame is serious business.
It just self-important people. You know what? I'm important. People should listen to me.
No.
I'm going to appoint myself the ruler of this. Well, let's be honest. There's going to be more jerking each other off at the Mantle Awards than at AVN.
I'm sure. Well, what was the first thing that I said though, Dave? Once you finally linked it, and I was like, I took a moment to go, like, if there's no like Jeff Wilson, Sports Card Investor, Gary V, even I normally wouldn't say this, but even like Sports Card Dad. Like if one of those people is not on the list for influencer of the year, like there is no credibility to this shit at all. And no, that's not me trying to freaking put somebody on a pedestal. But when you think about influencers in the card space, some of the ones on the list are accurate.
Yeah, influencing good or bad, always bad.
Correct.
It's always bad, but it's an influence.
But Sports Card Investor is not on the list of influencer of the year.
Is Card Collector too?
He is.
He is. He is.
And it's odd where you have like a few of these write-ups, because I read them to Trista, and I'm like, you have one of my best friends of all time, Team Schmedium, Mojo, and there's like 2 long paragraphs, like really long paragraphs. And then there's somebody called She Breaks, which again, I have no clue who this person is. And there's like just like 2, she's like, wow, that's pretty much the most generic like write-up you can have. Like where's like the like mixing culture and sports cards in a male-dominated industry. I'm like, okay, that's what you're gonna like push.
That's what you're gonna leave it as?
I'm like, wow, man, where do I sign up? I gotta vote for her. And then there's the other one. Was it the Mary Gamble? She had a long 3 paragraphs, and I'm like, I know of Card Collector too. Obviously, I think I still subscribe to him on YouTube because I was way before he exploded, because he was friends with Ryan, or I saw stuff with Ryan Bannister. I'm like, okay, somebody good in Ryan's eyes is good in mine. And then Mojo, I know him because he's one of the Mount Rushmore of nicknames. But like all these other people, it's like Don Diego, and I know that from, I think, Vinny talking about her with like home ec clothes, Santiago sports cards. Because like she's out that way in like New York or New Jersey or somewhere out in the Jersey Shore area, fist pumping and GTL, Gym 10 Laundry. Gucci Rips, never heard of him. And then again, the king of the cards, that Kyle dude. Like
Never
father, like son, no
clue.
Nature Loves You, no clue. That She Breaks,
no clue.
And then Talon sports cards.
I know of Talon.
I've seen a few videos of him.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he's done stuff with Burbank, if I'm not mistaken, because I think he's a California guy.
I've seen videos of him where he'll essentially put like a mystery item in the case, and if it sells, if somebody comes up and buys this thing that just looks out of place, he'll give them like, you know, a really nice card that he had set back.
That I haven't seen, but the few things that I've seen, I want to say it's stuff with Burbank, and I could be wrong, just for the simple fact that I haven't seen anything or stumbled across anything recently. So like things may have changed from that dynamic, but even chasing cardboard, like.
Again, when you're getting 20, 30, 40,000 views plus on some of these videos, that would need to be the influencer of the year, because where are the eyes at? Purchase bots or whatever, there's views. Again, you can see a tangible entity or quantity. No matter how it's done, you have, there's 62,000 views on that. That's you're not in the top, whatever, 8 or 10.
Yeah, and like again, I haven't I never went to go look up any of these channels to see kind of roughly when a lot of them started.
And again,
But
it's
when-
not just like, okay, the platform is YouTube. They
Correct.
talk about it like Instagram.
Well,
They
yeah, because
talk
Don
about-
Diego or Instagram.
So I don't know how many people are looking, or like subscribers or followers or whatever it is on Instagram, or how many views, likes, whatever. But
I'm still like, granted, the majority of us don't follow a lot of these people. We kind of stay out of that rigmarole of, garbage that we don't agree with. Good, bad, or indifferent. But the fact of the matter is that we've still been in the space long enough to where we know of like 3 or 4 people out of the group.
It doesn't, I mean, and I could be wrong, but like, are have the breaking channels lost a little bit of notoriety?
Well, they have a category for breaking channels. Top breaker
Oh.
or best breaker, top breaker. I don't remember what the verbiage is. The nomenclature is. But I know like breaking is on there.
yeah, it's like your most favorite breaker or best breaker, or whatever Steve said. It's like you've got your own for there.
Yep.
Is there a true collector category?
No.
Oh.
Of course not. Of course not. Because that's no longer what the hobby is about.
No.
It's about, notoriety and, people knowing who you are, clicks, sponsorships, everything else. And not to go back to like influencer, but like, let's face it, Floating Head.
Are there any, I was just gonna say, are there any Canadians?
Jeremy Lee, there for the longest time was like the spokesperson of the year for Tag. And yet he's not on a list of influencer?
Where's Carlos? I mean, he's got videos with million plus views. They're not about sports cards, but that should count for something.
But again, like, he's doing panels and shit at the expo, and he's done stuff at the national. Like, when you sit there and you think about stuff like that, and again, love him or hate him, how is he not on the list? Is there a top podcaster or a top live stream category, Dave?
No, but that's the thing. It's like, okay, this is like your creator / influencer, which those are two different entities.
Correct.
You can be a creator and not be an influencer, because that your creator, that's a Carlos, that's a Jeremy Lee, where you're constantly pumping out. I know Carlos will love that being lumped in with. I mean,
I'm sure he will.
But you're putting out stuff, and it's not just like me putting out a card video that gets 3 views over 10 years or whatever. You're putting out stuff that people are watching live, and again, not thousands, but when you have people, they're interacting.
Correct.
And it's not just like a dead crowd. That's not like a Tuesday night somewhere. But you're giving, when you just lump everything together, it doesn't do like. But again, this isn't what any award is ever about. We're looking at it from a logical perspective, which
I know, how dare us. I know. How dare us.
So I mean,
yeah, and then like, what was it? Best-selling platform. Best innovation.
Like, I tried looking, and I'm like, no, there's nothing.
And that's what I'm getting at. It's like you look at what's there, and I can't remember what it is. I'm going, when I think of innovation, and it comes to, we're talking about hobby, the sports card hobby. When I think of innovation, I'm thinking like set designs. When I think of innovation, oh no, that's not what any of it is.
Innovation in like their content.
No. So here, I'm actually going to pull this up.
There was one, and I don't remember what I think it was the top left one. It was something about like
That's best breaking. Oh,
using
you're actually
AI to like potentially look at flaws for grading your cards.
Yeah.
And
okay. Here it is. Innovation of the year. I guess this would be called like Check AI.
I bet you that's probably-
Collector's Card, Collects, Haystack, and Ludix or LootX. That's the nominees for Innovation of the Year.
I don't know what any of that shit is.
That's because we don't collect properly, Bob.
Yeah.
And then of course, like you have best live stream sellers. And some of these I've never heard of. And I'm going to say it, and people are going to hate me for saying this, but Backyard Breaks is not on this list. Not saying that they deserve any votes, notoriety, or anything else. They have turned into to become very infamous in a lot of the shenanigans and the bullshit that they are as people. But if you're going to call it what it is, should they not still be on the list as a nominee?
No, because in this hobby that's on this site, you want to forget everything or push everything that's bad under the rug and crop everything that you want good, or people that are just going to be egg suckers on screen, like all this positivity and maybe a little, not negativity, but maybe a little realism, but not much. Everything's like rainbows, unicorns, and toilet flowers.
But again, that's the thing. Like,
and we're thinking again from a broad perspective of like, if this is an award show, which now awards aren't awards. Like, I remember, what was it this year for the Grammys, or last year? You had Sabrina Carpenter as the best new artist. Sabrina Carpenter's been out since like, what they say, 2017, putting out stuff. So I mean, this is 6, 7, 8 years later. That's not new.
right.
That's a breakout artist, not a best new artist. So again, any awards are going to be skewed because like you can curtail the meaning of whatever you want to whatever you decide, to whoever you decide. Even if it doesn't, it's like a Plinko. It doesn't have to go straight down. You can, it's over here. No, this is what we mean, not over here.
Well, and so here's another one that, and yes, okay, I'm going to sit here. I'm a little biased when it comes to things because
Please be at the card shop.
best hobby shop.
Thank you. That's when I wrote down.
Yeah, AA Mint cards. Huh? Bleecker Trading. Who? Burbank. Okay, that one makes sense. Cards HQ. Love them or hate them, that makes sense. Card Vault by Tom Brady. Okay, no offense, that's a little too new in my opinion. How the hell are they going to fucking be on the list? No disrespect. Grand Slam Collectibles.
It's not Nate. It's not the one in Murfreesboro or Nashville. It's not Nate Burns. This one is up in like Long Island.
Lucky 7 Cards and Collectibles. Mint Inc. RoadshowCards.com. Again, hobby awards. Yes, I'm biased, but RBI Crew 7.
Well, in the Grand
The
Slam, the whole
The
name.
Hobby Box. Cards Infinity. Physical shop, folks.
Did he
Physical
not
store.
close up?
He did.
Okay.
He did. But again, if this is going to be the Hobby Awards, and if it's the inaugural year, we're missing a lot of things here in these freaking nominees. There's a lot of things missing, which to me brings no credence, no credibility to anything that is on this fucking list. Period. Call me crazy. Wouldn't be the first time.
Well, so the reason we're talking about this is because it was an ad break and something Dave saw, and then that led you to investigate further. So, like, had you not even seen that, we wouldn't even know. Like, you eventually maybe you'd hear about it, but like, so how are they funneling the awareness? You know what I mean?
Mantle's really big on Instagram.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Mantle is like who's at the helm of
show. Yeah, that's the name. That's the sponsorship on all of it, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, it's Mantle. Yep.
Yeah, they
app or platform or whatever too. They've got some.
They focus on the highest of high end part of the hobby.
Which again, great and wonderful, but like I'd also like to understand and know how they got the nominees.
Correct.
Like who is the grouping individuals? Was it the people who work for Mantle on their behalf, whether it be the app, postings, blogs, whatever within said website? Was it them? Did they have an open voting there for a while of, hey, we're thinking of doing this?
Well,
send us in your nominees. And then they narrowed it down from there. Like, where did the shit come from?
Well, you did mention earlier that King Douche wasn't nominated on Highest Influencer, so maybe he came up with the list and excluded himself.
No, King of Cards is on the list.
That isn't who I was talking about.
Oh, you're talking about Mr. Wilson?
Correct.
Oh.
I'm guessing it.
I won't call him King Douchey, but he'll be like Captain Meat Flaps.
I think you can call him whatever you want as long as you say allegedly, and then you're good.
Correct.
You can't sue you.
That's what we always end with everything. Everything is allegedly. But it's still like some of the things on there I will give some credibility to because like it makes sense. But then there's others that's literally, as Mike puts it, it's not back scratching. In this case, it's maybe ass scratching. As to
reach
how
around
in the world that too.
Ball caressing. Tickle the balls, please.
No, it's cradle the balls. Cradle the balls. No, cradle. Yeah, it's one of those. Ball washing that works too.
Skiing.
Double fisted, right? Is that what you're doing there, Michael?
Yep.
There's a lot of unanswered questions at the end of the day when you think about it. How'd they get the nominees? One, like, was it a poll put out somewhere of, hey, here's this big old fucking list of people for this?
Or just write in, here's 12 categories or whatever, and next to them, put whatever you think this person or entity should be. Like, again, if it's a highest of the high, Card Collector 2 doesn't belong anywhere near there. value-wise, maybe over like a show making deals. I get that.
Yes,
But how
Scott.
many times
He-
you've seen like the male videos pulling out Jack Sawyer like a red refractor auto? Again, I get the story behind it, but then you're picking up like whatever Malik Hooker, all these old Ohio State guys that didn't amount to a hill of beans in the NFL. You're pulling out stuff like that. It's like, okay, I get this from my perspective, but if you're pushing it as all like high end shit, some of these guys are like a press pass red ink. What the fuck what's press pass? That doesn't mean anything to me. That's not high end. That's not Mahomes. That's not Curry. That's not Kobe. That's not Lawal. That's not Mbappe. That's not all these guys that people just like mosh pit over. This is shit that people don't care about.
Okay, and here's one. And again, I'm gonna be crazy for saying this. Best custom card artist. No offense to the people. Like, I don't know any of them on there. What about Scott? Oh, wait, I forgot. He falls in the line of the collectible. Like, he's a collectible.
Is Tanner on there?
Tan man.
I would hope
Baseball.
he
No.
should be, but I imagine
But he's not.
Reclaim is Reclaim Customs on there.
Not unless there's a logo.
Holy shit! Yeah, Tanner and Reclaim are the two most impressive that I've seen.
Wow.
So yeah, like they're not on the list.
Oh,
What's
it'll
up,
probably
man?
be those people the people that make those piggy bank weird things.
I don't know.
I can't remember
But
the name.
like-
I can't remember the name of that company. But
best sold memorabilia, like why would that be an award?
That was the one that confused me the most. So that can be clearly something that you're gonna either care about or not care about. Like no matter like what significance it has.
Well, and then there's like best sports card product. There's only 5 listed, and it's like
And 4 of them were kabooms.
20. So 24 Topps Chrome update. The cup. Baseball. Yes.
Okay.
The cup. National
Okay.
Treasures. Rookie Royalty, which is like the Caitlin Clark special logo, all that specialty stuff that they did.
Mm-hmm.
And the Otani 50-50 specialty set.
The cup is better than every one of those, and it's not close.
But again, like where
I bet you the cup gets the least amount of votes.
You're probably correct.
I'm just like there's other options that could have been put in.
Where's Panini Chronicles?
Wow, Dave.
Where's Wild Card? I mean, I want the Wild Card.
What's best collectible show? Why don't you call it best card show?
Expo, National, Fanatic.
Oh wait, I forget. It's because Fanatics Fest is on it, so it has to be best collectible show. So like you have the West Coast Card Show, which is pretty much Burbank, National, Fanatics Fest, Expo, and Dallas Card Show. Those are your options.
No Shipshawana. Sorry, guys. Didn't make it.
So yeah, it's lacking in my opinion. And for those who give a shit, voting ends on the 21st.
And just so you know, the voting the first mention of any of this was October 29th. So you're talking not even 3 weeks ago.
And they didn't even give it a full like 30 days for voting either.
No.
So yeah. So there you go. Like
Well,
no
Sad day.
Strongsville.
the vintage community is going to hold up their pieces of Noah's Ark.
Right. Hey there, Orlando. Good to see you. It's been a while.
Mintink's in Canada. It's a big shop up there. Bleecker Trading is a big place in New York.
Which makes sense.
And it offers a lot of trade nights. There's one I saw today, and I forgot. I think I shared it with myself. Hold on. This place looks like the Taj Mahal. It's gorgeous. It's sports card radio Louis Vuitton deal type looking place. So let's look at this real quick. I'm pretty sure I sent it to myself. Wanna be.
But couldn't you say SCR being an influencer? Maybe the anti-influencer, but
I must have not sent it. But this place was nope, I didn't send it. But it was
I'm assuming it's one of the ones on the list then.
no, it's not. It's forget. I think it's in Beverly Hills. Let me look it up real quick here.
But again, like whoever or however they got the nominees, they are lacking.
There are a lot of the places where the people on the list go. I think it's this one. Yeah,
And
Canon
that-
Collectibles.
And that gives some sort of credibility to be on.
Of course it doesn't, but
for like
yeah, it doesn't. But this place is in Beverly Hills, California. Canon Collectibles. They do not look like they have any type of website, but it reminds me of a watch shop or a pen shop that I would go to. All wood cases, just high-end looking. It's in Beverly Hills, so it's there. But
Beverly Hills.
yeah, exactly, Bob. But it's 5.0 rating out of 12 a whole 12 ratings. But it's if you look it up on the internet,
The only people who could pay the door charge.
Yeah, they have a security guard outside with a gun. So
They probably have a restroom attendant as well.
hey, that's Santa's back. Gucci Rips is out of so when I was down south in where was I? Tennessee? Yeah, Chattanooga. And they have a Cranks. If you look on Cranks on IG, you'll see Gucci Rips on there. I was trying to think of the other people on the list. Mary.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
Don Diego. They're bringing.
She's well known for shilling her own shit.
Yeah, allegedly, but not so allegedly.
Yeah.
Mojo.
Yeah, I was trying to think if there
like
was some.
Twilight Zone, which I have.
I have no idea who that is. That's the one I think I didn't know. Then is it Mama Breaks or?
No, She Breaks.
She Breaks. Yeah, she's younger. I've seen her before, but Mama Breaks works for Fanatics now. And then the other lady that used to be around in the circle, she works for PSA or one of them, Fanatics now too. A lot of these influencers end up working for these corporate places to bring people in. So God bless them. May they have many years of success and wonderment in their lives.
Nature loves you.
I hope it does.
Well, no, that's one of the
Oh,
nominees.
is there
Which
I love am I on there as I love dogs? You know.
Talon sports cards.
Yeah, we know Talon. He's all around everywhere. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
know.
there's so many people that could be that I think of before most of those people. But that's the up and coming. There's nobody I think in that group probably over 35 maybe.
I believe it,
Talon
yeah.
might be the oldest of the bunch. Maybe
Yeah.
with father and son, that could be maybe that, but I don't know. Nor do I care. I'm far beyond that point of third generation don't give two shits, as Ron White would say, a modification of his famous saying.
Yeah,
Kept
I'd
a
like
little
to
more
know the
PG.
demographics of the voters, because like the culture of just social media and the the desirability of this like influencer nomenclature, like that, and to a young person is like, I want to be a YouTuber. You know what I mean? Like that's a thing. So I'm just wondering if we're just not the demographic.
No,
For
it's gonna
sure, we're not.
be like a
No,
10 to 35. That would be like the demographic.
Yeah.
hopefully they have good Roth IRAs started.
It's everybody that thinks trade up challenge is cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
right.
That's the demographic.
It's people that have like 6-7 brain rot, you know, that kind of thing. I don't even know what that is, but
It has many meanings, Bob.
so
I hear kids say it at my daughter's soccer practice on, as the kids say, on the daily. I don't know if that's still something or not, because I frankly don't care. But like
no
they
cap.
say, get with the times. I'm like, only times I worry about are the ones that involve making me some sort of money. Other than that, if it's some catchphrase and I miss it, like vintage, I missed all that too because I wasn't alive. But to each their own.
YOLO, Vinny. YOLO.
Yeah, exactly. I'm living my best life I can live.
No, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, it does because, again,
These are the times.
that's the thing. It's the culture we live in. Everything has to be a list. Everything has to be ranked. Everything has to be voted on. You have to find a best of whatever. You
I
can't
blame
just
ESPN.
oh, Stephen A. Smith. I wish he would have been on the Edmund Fitzgerald too. That it, and that's like even our community. I don't mind ever seeing videos, but I don't want to see the same type of showcase videos like being pushed as a suggested video. Like, I don't want that. I don't care. At some point on this show, we'll go back to just like showing cards. I don't know when, but it's going to be sometime soon because I was thinking about that today. Man, we need to just show
Cooper.
Cooper.
Bob
Cooper
opened
Golf.
I got
Well,
four packs and a hanger box, and I pulled one, so that's enough for
nice.
me.
You pulled the best guy out of it, so.
Yeah.
And so Dave, friendly reminder, and also for Bob, I guess, since Michael has stated that it's going to be another early night, we may have to go ahead and have the return of the infamous story time for Bill and Bob's excellent stories. Because he did tell us he had
Are
some.
you ready for this?
Everybody ready for that?
bated breath.
So,
Are you ready?
Bill no longer works for the store.
Okay.
Is he aware of this?
Well, because he was fired because he tried to fight me.
Literally?
Literally.
Oh shit! Details, Bob. Details.
So, yeah, last Monday night, as we're unloading the truck, he made some claim that was ridiculous, that was political in nature, to which I laughed at and said, "You watch the news too much," and made some comments and just kind of like, called him on his bullshit. So, and that was pretty much all that happened. Well, the whole night, no real interaction because we were busy just doing our jobs. And then,
So Bob, I do have a quick question though. Real quick.
yes,
Since you got your promotion, did Bill actually start working for you technically? Or
right. I'm now
Okay.
one of
Okay.
the two managers on the night crew. Yes.
Okay. I wanted to clarify that because I didn't know if that had something to potentially do with this though too. So proceed, sir.
No, so I had a feeling, this is hours after that initial exchange. I was going through, I noticed something in his aisle. He has two aisles. I noticed something in the aisle that he had finished, something that he, if stuff doesn't go up on the shelf, it goes in back stock. And I noticed a lot of stuff in his back stock. And when I shoot an order, I tried for that not to happen. So I did some investigating. I ordered one thing, but something else came in, and I let him know. I said, "Hey, just so you know, I didn't order that. They sent the wrong stuff." He didn't say anything. I said, "Bill, did you hear what I said?" And all the response I got was, "I heard you." Okay, so I could tell he was a little maybe perturbed, not really realizing it had anything to do with me. Went to get rid of my cardboard. He comes storming in the back to get rid of his cardboard. I don't say anything. He just kind of blows past me. I go back to the aisle where I was working. Minutes go by. The other manager comes out into the aisle where I'm at. He's like, "Hey, is something going on with you and Bill?" I said, not to my knowledge. We did have this exchange and told him sort of the same thing I said to you guys. And he's like, he's really upset right now. I just saw him in the back and he's throwing this here, mentioned you. Okay. I didn't really know what to do with that. And it was at that time that Bill came around the corner into the aisle and steadily approaching me, like arms cocked. He had just his undershirt on. He took his like work shirt off, in his undershirt, arms cocked, glasses off, hat off, basically challenging me. He's like yelling at the top of his lungs in the store. I'm tired of you disrespecting me, you smug bastard. All these but all the while like inching closer to me, at which point the other manager got up, and in between us, I just ignored it because he said something ridiculous, to which I sort of just chuckled at again, which then enraged him even more. So I just went about my business doing a thing, ignoring him. Mike, the other manager, got him out of the store, then came back and was like, what the hell was that all about? So didn't show up we were off the next night. He didn't show up Wednesday because Mike had said when he was escorting him out, nice to know you, shook his hand and left. So we got the impression that he wasn't coming back. I was off Thursday night. I get a call at 10:30 while I'm laying down that Bill showed up for work. He pulled a Costanza where he basically quit, but then just came back like it never happened. And I guess from what I heard later that the other manager on night crew and the evening or afternoon managers were finishing up their shift. Mike intercepted him. They went back in the office and basically was just like they had already started the separation paperwork. And then I hear from the other manager about how this deep, like he's telling me this guy hates you with an extreme. He has an extreme hatred for you. Those were his words. I don't know. I mean, because we've had many more like normal exchanges just as coworkers do than anything that resembled what happened that night. And I don't know, just like his wires got crossed or something, and he just exploded. Like I saw, there was rage in his eyes. Now, mind you, Bill, a strong gust of wind would knock him over, and even though I've got a torn tendon in my bicep, like we all know how that would have ended. And I'm not trying to puff myself up and make myself tough, but
you smug asshole.
Then I find out from this guy that Bill's words were his intention was to get me to throw the first punch, to get me fired. So then once they called Bill the next day, and told him officially he was fired and trespassed from the store. He called, he's basically just made it political again and was like, everybody down there, you guys are all Nazi fascists. And the guy telling me who doesn't work with Bill was just like, he's a nutcase. Like, okay, yeah, but it's sort of Bill. Like you enjoy his ridiculous stories because they are ridiculous. And then that it was basically just like they hung up. Minutes later, he calls back and tells the guy like to cease and desist. I want you all to cease and desist this harassment upon me. And he's like, Bill, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, and hung up on him. And that's been the last communique with Bill. Bill Best, as it turns out, is his name. His last name is Best. Bill Best. So yeah, no more Bill. This hereby concludes any and all further Bill stories, unless like I see him on the news. Like there's still like they put all cashiers and like pictures are out of like this guy's not, because the way he came at me seemed like he's the type that could come in and end up on the news, by doing something outrageous. Always had a very like he claimed that a customer looked at swore at him under his breath and was giving him dirty looks, to which Bill chased him out of the store as he was mother effing him. So that already happened. I went
Great
looking
customer
for Bill
service.
one night when the truck was there and we started unloaded, but Bill was nowhere to be found. I went outside, went down to his car. He was drinking a Hard Mike's lemonade in his car, and I didn't say anything. I was like, look, like I can't be that bad of a guy if I caught you drinking at work and didn't fire you. Like,
Yeah, I would think that's pretty much a fireable offense.
yeah. So like work with us here, Bill. And this was not the first time we had like a back and forth exchange. And I know politics is a faux pas to talk about, but like, this is America. I have an opinion. If you're sharing yours, I should be allowed to share mine and we can have a discussion about it. But to just go to that length of insanity, because that's what it was. Like his eyes, they were just like, yeah. I won't soon forget that. I didn't have nightmares or anything, but I could. Yeah, so that's it, man. No more Bill stories.
Well, that's unfortunate because they were
Yeah.
always fun and enjoyable.
Oh, he by the way, he does have multiple job offers out there that pay $20 an hour plus. So
Well, obviously.
Really?
the one manager said, well, I advise you to accept those offers sooner than later because you no longer work here.
Ay. Well, I'm a little disappointed that we won't get to hear any more interesting. I should say interesting stories. Because I think we were all under the impression that he was a slight head case, even when the few that you told us to start with. It's like, this guy's been a part of everything. This was his idea. He knew everybody. Like,
yeah,
interesting person.
he could drum better than like Neil Peart at 14. He was doing all that stuff one-handed. He's just that good.
Yep.
Sorry, everybody.
But yet you work in a grocery store night shift.
Yeah, man. He had a nickname for Colin Powell when he worked at the Pentagon. He called him Stars. I mean, this isn't just your average Bill.
Did he also have a Purple Heart too, Bob? Or did he ever say he was never in the military?
No, he worked on the HVAC unit at the Pentagon.
Okay. And he had a nickname for Colin Powell. So they were tight.
Right.
And that's the people that have been at my store forever have told our boss when he has one of these like superstar hires, it's like signing Denny Nagel to that 7-year, $140 million contract. You're like, should you have a drug test implemented or even like an aptitude test? I mean, it doesn't have to be something where you're like, give me a quadratic formula of this or explain the Pythagorean theorem. Just something where, hey, let's get a baseline where, I mean, I can tell from looking at the person that if I'm asking for $1 and change back, I'm going to get 3 pennies and a button.
I would say, I'd say 35 to 40, like, because I always try to be personable and like treat everybody the same, whether you're a bagger or you're somebody. But there's like 35% of the employees there that I'm not sure they even have like a pulse to be like, and that's not because they're old. They're just like, there's just nothing there. I walk past the same people and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And it's just like they stare through me.
At least you're not getting a grunt.
So I'm not going to give up, but I just wonder what's going on in between their ears. That's got them so distracted.
It's a lot of I think a lot of flatland and a lot of like winter storms with a lot of wind blowing is between the ears because there ain't much.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. When I say hi to somebody, it's not like I want to start a conversation like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And you hear like we're not in a library. You could say, "Hey, how are you?" And that's it. That's all it has to be. That's all I want. I don't want to have a 20-minute conversation with somebody that I really don't want to have a 10-second conversation with.
You don't have to tell me about your arthritis or your latest doctor's appointment or your newest, boyfriend, or because it's like we do have the spectrum of like 75 and up, and then like high schoolers. Like those are probably the majority of our, and then there's like this sweet spot 10 or 15% of people that I would dub true collectors.
Yeah, there's our morning crew is mostly folks that I deem a step away from like the nursing home.
Yeah.
Or another home. I mean, it's just like a lot of people that are trying, I don't know, not necessarily to sit there and like, "Oh, I need extra income," which again, the income helps, but just to get out of the house, just to be amongst public. They don't mind chatting. Some people that I mean, their IQ is lower than my shoe size. That's just
yes.
But that's where I'm lucky. Where again, it'll put me in an early grave. But I've got the frozen department. That's me. That's it. That's the end, which I enjoy because I don't have to fucking worry about stupid people interjecting and like, "Nope, I've been here 21 years. I know. I've forgotten more than you know. So just stay to the side." But yeah, there's some people that you're just like, or that person you say hi to, all of a sudden starts going in with their life story. It's like I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. I might say a couple words here and there, but if you're gonna give me like 15, 20 minutes of a story I didn't care anything about, I'm sorry. It's like I'm at some point I'm gonna have to check out.
So I'm contemplating. I don't know if I've got enough material yet, but there is a bagger named Chad who works there, who literally every time we pass each other in the store, he says, "Hey, Bob, nice to see you. It's good to see you." And he puts his fist out to fist bump because the first time I met him, that's what we did, and now, and I think forever shall be, that's a thing now. And he was in there once, and I introduced, like, I had my girls, so he asked, "How your girls doing? They ready for Halloween?" And it's all like pleasantries, which is fine. But again, the very first thing I probably told you is I said, "What's up?" Because he looked like he was bummed out, or I was asking if it was a good place to work here, and yeah. I've only gotten in trouble once. They yelled at me for taking a picture of a customer's butt. So, all right. Well, maybe don't do that. Yeah. Okay. All right, Chad. Good chat. Chad, like, and this is not a knock. This is not a knock on lunch meat, but he buys bologna. That's his first choice, you know. So
Yeah, don't take the picture of the customer's butt. That's especially when you're probably 2 feet away. That might be a clear indicator of something nefarious going down.
yeah, he's not real sly. Anyways, want to see another recent edition?
Yes.
This is Alley Viper GI Joe 1989. I had been looking for this loose complete for a while. You check on eBay once in a while, but it's tough to see on eBay where they would have it but not have the shield or not have like this part of his helmet.
Mm-hmm.
This was like the most played with toy growing up. Definitely the most played with GI Joe. He is a bad guy, but that didn't matter to me because he just looked cool. He's all orange and blue. I mean, I didn't have any other GI Joes that like stood out like that. So he was always like one of the first ones I went to. So a guy that I work with said he was going to a toy show at a local convention center, and I gave him a few things to look for, and he sent me a pic, and he's like, "Is this the one?" I'm like, "Absolutely." So he had 35 on it, and he got it for 20. So now it's in my collection forever. Because I don't have my original one anymore. So it's got the backpack, the gun, the shield, and like the legs. I don't know if you like, you know, the O-rings inside there get loose, and then the legs get all jiggly. This one is pretty tight. So pretty proud about that. Happy about that. Once I get some shelves down here of my own, then I'll be able to display it a little bit better.
Also, for $20 though, and to actually have somebody's eyes on the figure, that's huge. Because you look at eBay, and you're like, well, I'm at the mercy of the seller because what he may or she may think is mint or good condition, I get
Sure.
it and be like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, and stuff that's well played with gets like, paint wear and
Buffed up and
yeah, right. This looks good. A little bit on the visor, but you'll have that. Out for $20.
Yeah,
I'll pay $20 for a nostalgia hit like that all day.
mm-hmm.
But that's really it. I've looked at a couple mosses when I was texting you and Steve about those aspirations and statuses. And then like 1 year, and then they just all of a sudden it was like really easy where the status was the jersey number, the aspiration was the opposite, like to get to 100.
Mm-hmm.
And then like in 06 they started a gold or a red one that was to 24, and like now I got to add that to the search titles, I guess. But yeah, there's one of them on ComC right now. I can't decide between that and a 2000 Topps Finest Refractor, so I haven't bought either. But I keep adding to my right. Don't do it, Steve. The
6-7 is this. I was doing the which one do you go with?
I thought you were tickling the ball. I thought you were tickling the balls again. I thought you were cradling the balls again. No.
No, that would be.
Oh yeah. But
Get it right, Bob.
I was. I can't remember. It's like I feel like I've said all this before, but like I don't like ComC is cool. It sucks searching on your phone. I don't have any other way to look. And I just the idea of buying something and then not being able to get it like a week later without paying out the ass for something, you know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
So I keep adding to my ComC money because now I know once it's in there, you can't get it out unless you buy something. So maybe I'll get enough in there to make a few purchases to, in my head, warrant me paying the shipping at that point to like make it worth it, you know?
Speaking of ComC, now this is pure speculation, and I am just repeating something that I happened to stumble across and see on Instagram. It was posted in a story by SCR, Sports Card Radio, and it was a screenshot of basically a post in a Facebook group stating that there are rumors that ComC is not doing very well, and they may not last longer than like Q1 of next year.
Q2 2026.
Okay, so
Yeah, I read it somewhere as well.
I thought it said March of 26, which is still Q1, but I could be wrong. Basically stating if you're selling on their platform and you don't want to run the risk of shit happening, get your cards now.
Wow.
Again, it's speculative, and the person that posted it said that through sources, well, you know, take that for what it's worth, folks. Could be just smoke at this point. Who knows? I mean, we all know that there's a ton of shit that continues to go on. Good, bad, really bad. But the one thing that is consistent is there's always something going on. It seems as of late.
Who's Fanatics in bed with, like, selling platform-wise, besides
Fanatics Live? Pretty sure that's it.
that would be something I'd look at trying to find them, try to buy ComC. Because, again, you'd be buying a name that's recognizable in the hobby, like you said with Topps all those years ago.
Well, it's
and
no
if
different.
If there's trouble, it's
Well,
like,
and
okay,
that's-
we're going
But
to
and
make
that's
you a
the
deal.
thing. It's everything has to be feasible, and it's got to be at the right price, because regardless of situations, I still don't think anybody in the space that has some sort of I'll call it power or name recognition is not going to sell anything for pennies on the dollar. It's just not going to happen. I mean, we talked about it last week. You know, supposedly Panini is looking for a buyer. Well, Panini America, from a sports card perspective, is small potatoes in the comparative big conglomerate of Panini.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to sell it for pennies on the dollar. So if ComC truly is in trouble, financial trouble is the way it was kind of worded, which blows my mind when you think of pretty much how many cards are listed consistently and probably how many cards are probably sold and or moved between, you know, sellers and buyers and everything else. Makes you wonder, like, what are they doing?
Well, and that, and how much trouble they have during like COVID when you had orders that were
Yeah, but that was
Mine.
that was a people issue. Like that was a lack of people.
Still, I mean that's a huge thing then, and people still stuck
Agreed.
by it.
Agreed.
And
So,
seeing
you
the
know,
whole from space.
it's still one of those in which I would think, if that's in fact the case, if it's rumor, if it's speculative, whatever, if that becomes a thing, something's going to be put out there at some point. Because if they are struggling, why would they wait until it's too late to not try and get the best, sell it for the most amount of money? Then again, maybe they look for an influx of capital. Look at how many some of these like big name folks have invested money in apps or whatever in the space. Like a few $1 million, maybe that helps them. But I'm sure there's going to be some sort of catch to that few $1 million. Did she just bust out with that, Vinny?
I
Yep.
said Christian Camargo.
Or 6'7",
No, I
So,
hate
that's her-
6'7". That's my version. Christian Camargo.
which is an actor that she like.
Ah! Sorry,
Okay.
that wasn't me.
Good night.
Good night. Goodbye.
Good night. Good
Have
night,
a
C.
sweet dreams.
Love you.
Love you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Toodaloo. Don't let the
Go to
bed
bed.
bugs fight.
Go to bed. Oh man. So there is a story for everything nowadays. This, that,
I saw a YouTube short of a guy I've never seen before who was posing the question: should you like when a product comes out and you pull a Kaboom or a Downtown of Travis Hunter, should you sell it immediately or wait and see? Because when the product is very new and it just hits the market, prices seem to be higher.
typically.
No, I'm like, of course you should. Like,
But
yeah,
he's hurt. But he's hurt.
Sell now.
I'm just saying, he just went. He just had like, yeah. But if you sold a Jonathan Taylor Kaboom at the beginning of the season, I'm sure it's worth more now. Like you run that risk, but like, of course, like Cam Ward's, it dropped off like it's like half the price it was at the beginning of the season. Like the majority of those sales are going to be a lot higher upon release date. Which okay, I just felt like he was kind of like, here, if you're an idiot, what do you think about this? Also, I've been seeing posts of like numbered cards, the same card with the same stamped number on it from like Bowman Products, like a purple to $2.99. Did we talk about this already?
It's happened a few times over the last few years.
How does that happen?
We need to get somebody on here from Topps.
There was somebody that posted a PSA pop report of a superfractor that had two. It had two listed grade, like twice it was graded, so it's the same card.
Yeah, cracked and resubbed.
Yep, it would have to be. Which is like, that makes no sense why you would do that, especially if you knew it was already on the pop report, right?
Because people are greedy and stupid.
100%. And to answer that guy's question, though, Bob, like the best time to sell is yesterday. Like, and that just proves the point. There is no right time. Like there really isn't.
No. I would sell the Travis Hunter right now, despite the injury, because by this time next year, they're not going to care about second-year wide receivers coming off injury. They're only going to care about the new rookies. That's all they ever care about.
Agreed. For something like that specifically.
And it's not like he's a
100%.
quarterback. He's a wide receiver. People don't collect wide receivers. They ain't worth shit in the hobby.
Correct.
No, and it feels like Cam Ward, if you pulled him now, and let's say early in the year it was 700, now it's 350.
I'd be holding.
I'd be like, why? 'Cause if I'm sitting there and I'm seeing Brock Bowers go for 400 or 500, like I'll sit and wait. This isn't going to be something that, again, unless you're offering me September pricing.
Yeah.
Like I can sit on that because that you're pulling that.
And like, so Drake May, you know what I mean? Anybody that's like a true Patriots fan and would be like have that card and just is going to hold it because they're a Patriot fan, they're like, I'm doing all right because I'm sure his stuff is up.
Probably.
I would think so.
All right. He's
Yeah,
like now we were looking at like total fantasy points. I think he's like number 2 behind Josh Allen in the league that I'm in.
That's crazy.
Did you see that Probstein's site Snipe?
Shit
It
the bed.
crashed. Yeah.
Yep.
So until further notice, it's down. So I was curious to go on there and see, it's sort of like, what was the old one, PWCC,
Yeah.
that used to have all the data of all their old sales? And one day I went on there and I just looked at the old sales of Lemieux and some shit that I've never seen before ever. And I'm like, ooh. And those are the kind of things I take screenshots of and why my phone's almost full. But I digress. It's just like, wow. Look at and then what it's sold for. Like my 2 PMGs, my Lemieux red and I think either my red or my blues on there that I paid $35 for the blue. A PMG blue of Lemieux for 1 year, which is like ridiculous when you think about it. So, but it's just interesting. I always like going on there for shits and giggles.
To see like what stuff was selling for, like
Yeah.
to be bummed out or to be like shocked that like it went for that much or that little.
More to be informed of what's out there that I don't know about and I've never seen. Like I've seen a lot of stuff. When I see a Lemieux card I've never seen before, I try to go, hey, that price is reasonable. And like I said, the one I kick myself to this day, it's a 6-patch Panini card for Mario. And I was in Minneapolis St. Paul Airport and I was in line. And just when I went to bid, the lady asked me for my boarding pass and I had to show her my phone and I missed it. And I was like, son of a bitch. And I haven't seen it since. I've only seen it twice since 2016. So in 9 years, I've seen that card twice. I'd love to find that card. I would like to acquire it. It's on my top 20 list that Joe and Paul were looking at the expo. But getting back to your Pit Viper thing, in Bob's world, he could defect to the Joes. So it works out quite nicely.
Thank you. I agree.
And much like your thing, that was my pickup for the week. It's a
Nice.
Snoopy. It's a 75th anniversary of Peanuts.
Very nice.
Line it up. It's very weighted and it's nice. It's from Esterbrook, a company out of the East Coast that's now, I think, operating out of Taiwan, which most good back East companies do. When in doubt, they go to Taiwan. Ooh, what is that?
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram.
Oh, that is nice.
Very nice.
That's on card?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I'm just trying to see if.
Michael doesn't collect stickers.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true. I like stickers, but yeah, no,
It's got to be the right.
exactly.
I didn't know if it was a well placed sticker, and if so, that was well placed.
No, it was well placed signing by Reggie.
Yeah, that
He
is.
knew exactly where to sign that card. It is. I mean, it doesn't do any justice. These things are crazy pretty in person, but whenever I saw that image, I was like, that's one of the coolest cards Topps has made. Period.
Yep.
So
When you share it with somebody too, you're like, that's. I think that was that person's response as well.
yeah. And my main reason for wanting it, other than I just like collecting cards with iconic photos on them, is the fact that it's the literal backstory setup for basketball, which is one of my favorite all-time comedies. And yeah, that's the opening sequences in that movie is the Reggie Jackson World Series game. But I've got another card that somehow, I don't know how this happened. It arrived at eBay authentication yesterday afternoon and got shipped to me today.
I'm glad I was sitting down.
I can't believe that shit happened. It freaked me out. But
Wow.
I've got that card's coming in for me. But all I'm waiting on is something that I bought for Vinny. It's supposed to be here either Saturday or Monday. And
I know what it is. I know what it is.
yeah.
Yep. I do too.
Yep.
Well, I know what you got too, Dave.
I plan
I
on.
don't know, you got.
Well, I don't know. Michael said that I just may be getting gummy bears. He said he may keep it. So
I
know
know what you're doing.
Yeah,
and I told him.
It came in today, and I'm like, well, that's nicer than I thought it was going to be. But I plan on mailing everybody's stuff out on probably Tuesday, just to get ahead of
The rush.
as much as I can, because I mean, you're going to have all the Black Friday bullshit.
Oh God.
End of next week. So my thought is try to get this stuff in the system before that.
Yeah,
I got a lot of shit to ship.
Which is better than how I was doing last year.
Well, I have everybody, but I'll probably owe Tyrone something because I have to open his package eventually. And the lowest rung, since he's like the hardest person for me to shop for because I don't know exactly what to get him.
You have the list, though.
I don't know what
I
I
should say
do.
the lists. Do I need to re-forward them to you?
No, I have them somewhere, but I like to go. I like to go rogue. Everybody else is done. And I held to my. For the most part, I've held to my saying is, last year you were like, oh, we saw a lot of this stuff. Well, this year I didn't show anybody shit. Is my exact quote.
But good.
Michael saw you saw a couple things the other day for Brad. I think
did.
one card.
Yeah.
So.
And the card for Brad came in yesterday. I bought that thing is real slick in person.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah. Dave. Sooner than later, sir.
Question.
Because you're going to have to get that to me first.
Yep.
Question. When you guys mail, in particular, Dave, when you mail out yours, do you say yes if when the question is fragile, liquid, or perishable?
No.
No. Okay. I wasn't sure if I needed to do that for gummy bears.
No, I don't.
No, that would more apply for like beef sticks, just because they are technically perishable.
Well, that's why I was asking. Yeah,
But-
because gummy bears are nothing but chemicals that taste delicious.
Yeah.
But
That lasts forever.
even then, if he did say something, then he would have to probably change how he ships, because I'm sure there's regulations or requirements for anything that's.
On how it's padded and whatnot.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep. Which I still find interesting, because I don't know why anybody would ship anything liquid through the USPS.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Because
would.
because if you back in the day when a certain YouTuber ended up getting some Yingling from another YouTuber and they shipped it via USPS, they actually committed a federal crime.
Oh yeah, that's all kinds of bad, shipping alcohol over state lines.
So,
Smoking the Bandit.
if you choose or need to ship alcohol, UPS or FedEx, that is allowable. At least last I heard. Last I heard. So, but I digress.
Yeah.
I still remember that. I'm sitting there going, "Oh my god!"
I can't believe somebody did that.
Well, you won't be around for after. I'll shoot you a message on IG, and I'll remind you who it was.
Okay.
At least I'm pretty sure. I know who got it, but I'm not 100% sure if I remember who sent it. But I'm pretty sure I do.
It used to be regional, didn't it?
East Coast.
Yeah.
And there was still a cutoff of where it was distributed. And still to this day, Texas is still the only state east of some of the cutoff.
West of the cutoff?
West, sorry. Thank you.
Okay. I got
I was
confused.
well, no, so was I. I was like, wait a minute.
Okay.
No, I just said East Coast that cut up
If you have the map upside down.
Correct. Which, sometimes I never mind. I'm not gonna go there. Oh damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna go to bed early.
I don't think any of us are going to be around much longer, because we are coming up on 2 hours, which is still good.
Yeah, that means we started on time. Real close to it anyway.
Yep.
Well, gents, enjoy the rest of the week.
You do the same.
And I'll be talking to all of you anyway. So
at some point,
won't see you again till Tuesday
or Wednesday.
Is it still Tuesday next week?
Yes.
Or are we skipping?
No,
because we have Ryan next week.
That's right. Duh.
Yeah, because you and me are probably going to be starting the show.
Okay.
Unless Vinny's on time, and I don't mean that as a jab.
Right.
But because Dave will be late because of basketball.
Well, they moved C's team practice to Tuesday, Wednesday for the next 3 weeks. And we just told Coach she's got goalie training on Wednesdays. We're going to goalie training. I'm not going with whatever you call practice. Your weakest thing is corner kicks, and you fucking never do it. Sorry. I mean,
okay, guys.
Have a good one, Michael.
Yep, you all too.
Night, Michael.
Later. Good seeing you, Bob.
Good to see you too, dude.
Later.
I was waiting for a response just before, because you said something about falling asleep. So you look like you're getting tired, Bob.
I'm tired. Yeah.
Go to bed, man. You've been up for 24 hours, man. Go to bed.
Okay.
Seriously. Not on the show, But go
It's
to
been
bed.
fun. It's been fun. I think I accomplished everything I set out to do tonight. So
You did, and it was good to see you, and we were glad to have you back.
I know
Hopefully-
you said Ryan's next week.
Yes.
So surgery was Wednesday. I don't know how early. None of that is like scheduled yet. So I might be able to pop on for because he's usually a little late to arrive, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
he's about 45 minutes to 55 minutes after we
Yeah.
start the show.
So maybe I can kick off and then I'll just bow out once he kind of comes on. Let him have the center stage. So yeah, good to be back, guys. Miss y'all, love y'all.
We love you too, Bob.
And that's all I need to say. That's all I got to say about that.
Yep.
All right, let's see if I can exit out of here.
Well, I'm gonna drop you down anyway, so you're good.
Okay,
Take
cool.
your
Thank
time.
you.
Take your time, Bob.
Oh, he did it. He actually did it. Well, I dropped him down, but like it was almost immediately.
His phone didn't drop down, and he wasn't cursing. And
No, he was not. He was not. So I'm pretty sure we talked about everything, didn't we?
I
Talked about
think
what,
the only thing we didn't do is the top 5.
but it wasn't in it. Wasn't in the description this week. Top 5 was it was in there for last week.
Okay.
But if we have Ryan, we probably won't.
Lead with that.
Well, no, let's just stick with the whole what are we thankful for, because like we can even ask Ryan that, because I think we've done that in the past too. Even though most of the stuff we're thankful for never changes, but it's been a tradition over the last few years. And it's not uncommon for some of us to talk about being thankful for food, specific kinds of food around this time of year. So foods can fall into traditions, right?
Correct.
So
Yeah.
it's either that or we come up with a different top 5. Not sure what that would be. But you're the creative one. You'll figure it out, I'm sure.
If I'm the captain of the ship, man, I hate to bring up the Edmund Fitzgerald again.
Hey, you haven't sunk us yet.
Surprising.
Yet. That's why I said yet. 5
Man.
years, man. Hey, you kept us afloat 5 years, man. That's pretty impressive if you ask me.
If we were only established in 2015.
Whatever do you mean?
Imagine what the setup would be then.
Dude, the Minister of Joy.
Was that a jab there, Vincenzo? Was that
Yeah,
a
that's
jab?
a jab. That's just Mary
No, that
Magdalene.
needed to just be a fucking straight right uppercut is what that needs to be.
It's just I was listening to some things today, and I'm like, are we serious? How this hobby works with these people? Whatever.
Yes.
Like I said, I burn it down. My soul's prepared. How's yours? At the end of the day, as we learned from our friends at what was that? The Rock, Sean Connery. So it's like, whew. I when I try to understand the logic of it, it's just
Stop.
it just burns the hamster just freaking pulls out the sword and commits seppuku. It just has no hope. So I'm like, whatever.
The old maintenance guy who I became friends with here, he's moved on to greener pastures, partially because of my pushing, and he's loving where he is, which is even better. We've had multiple. What, Dave?
I don't think Vinny saw this at the beginning.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
sent it.
saw that.
I sent it in the group chat.
Okay.
Well, bless your heart.
He multiple times having conversations and just expressing frustrations about the lack of common sense and everything. And I like it's clockwork. Stop trying to understand. You're spinning your wheels trying to understand something that you will never comprehend because it's just not in. Like, stop. Like, you're burning brain cells and all you're doing is aging yourself. Just stop.
Correct.
Not trying to figure it out. Just stop.
The meme or the GIF with Galifianakis and all like the equations and like the time space continuum. It's just like
Yeah,
worry
just
about
stop.
the person looking at the mirror, looking back at you, and then that's it. I mean, and again, close friends, family, and all that. But you
That's
start worrying
different.
about trying to dissect and figure everybody else out. Oh my God, that's
Well, yeah, because you're never gonna figure it out. You're never gonna understand.
No.
and vote and vote. You're never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never get it. Never gonna get it.
I thought that was Bruce Springsteen.
It was. It
John
was.
Cougar Mellencamp.
It was that they ripped it off from him though. They put the little R&B flair to it. So
I actually stumped you there for a minute because usually you're the one who busts out with random artists. I've accomplished something that I did not think.
Pavarotti had it first, then Bruce Springsteen, then En Vogue, and then Lil Yachty had it. I think in 2018. So
Did Prince
I'm
do a
proud of-
cover of that?
it wasn't Prince. It was the Spin Doctors.
Mm.
I thought it was Nirvana though in 2005.
No, that was Soundgarden.
In
Oh
2000.
shit!
Or was it the Temple of the Dog? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I get him confused. I'm gonna write that on the calendar though. Stump Dave with the freaking random fucking musician, and he actually like stopped.
Yeah, my internet went like
That was
Dee dee dee. Old dial-up modem.
I picked up the phone and wondered who was on the other line.
Vinny, it's all staticky. Why is it? I'm on the internet, Granny. Oh, okay.
Oh damn! I have arrived. Oh, close us up, Dave.
Let's say card wise too. I don't think I got one or two that I'm looking at. I think everything I've bid on I've lost.
I'm ready to give up on anything. That's a nice looking card.
It's a bounty number to 50.
I know there's one coming up that I'm very much in the hunt for, but there's stuff I look at and I'm like, I don't even.
Is it PC though, Dave, or you just random something for your sets? And I don't random is not the right
I
word.
haven't even looked at like the sets for a minute. I'm like, I want to, but I feel like I need to get to the crossing shit off there so I know what I'm getting instead of a third Griffey, a fourth. I'm like, no, I don't need that. That's, again, to most people, $10 is that's $10 I could invest into the set for 2 or 3 cards. Some of these sets.
Very true.
So,
very true.
Like, if you get an 18 card set, I can get 10, 12% of the set done instead of another copy of one I don't fucking need.
Yep.
But yeah, well, we'll see. I don't want to give too much away, so if I get it.
I wasn't pushing for information. I
No,
was
I'm
just
not.
Again, it's more along the lines of, because like you've got a significant list of sets that you're trying to complete. You've mentioned some that are higher priced, at least some of the cards. So that's the reason why I asked, because you were specific. You mentioned specifically a card, and that could be a multitude. It could mean a multitude of things.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I was asking. Was it set related, or is it like more PC? So
I
more
know with like the
curiosity than anything.
holidays, it's been, I won't say slim pickings, but I'm being very particular in what I'm looking for.
Well,
Diverting funds too.
that's what I've been. The few things I've bid on, which again I don't do often, it's very particular. One, because like I still got to get stuff for my peeps. That takes precedent over me. That's always takes precedence over me. But the few things that I have bid on, granted, they're not big cards. They're not super expensive. But I haven't won shit. And that, like, I'm not used to that. But then again, I don't have my finger on the TD pulse like I used to either.
I
Partially
have a more
because
pulse than you do.
you probably do. But keep in mind, you also buy a lot of stuff off of ComC.
Yeah, and that worries me about the earlier conversation. That is a big source because
I'm aware.
I go there first. I literally go through the list I make for everybody,
But
and
there's
then I
also
can
Beckett. Just
and
remember.
I compare to Beckett, and I compare to eBay, and I compare to everywhere else I used to buy stuff, and it's just like it's it's a prime spot to find stuff for you guys. And I
Which
will tell you, like I
well, I'm
told
aware.
Michael, I didn't measure the amount of cards last time. The box was 16 pounds. Last year's box was 23. So think how much shit I'm getting from these people. And God bless Paul. I blamed every time you sent something from ComC. I was like, better half was like, "Where's that from?" Oh, Paul sent me something from Alberta. Oh, that's why you had to sign for it. Yep. Paul rides along with it. I've told him before. So,
Well, you could
and
always.
perfect timing. There he is.
He's been sitting there for a bit though. By the way.
Okay.
Of course, you could also blame Mike if you wanted to. You could blame Joe.
Her favorite, Carlos.
Yeah, I mean, there's always other people out there that you can blame. Jeff.
Yeah.
So there's plenty. And
Plenty of
I'll go back
blame. Always is.
Yep.
I will always find someone to blame. Yes, you're an accomplice. You're a good accomplice though, because you're spreading joy.
I'm glad I'm sitting down. All right, Dave, wrap us up.
Thanks to everybody that joined in, even first timers who commented. Michael, Bob, Ron. Next week again, Ryan. He'll be on. Get your pens, your paper out. Get it ready because Holiday Mania, I'm sure, will be starting on that Thursday. Again, it's
Black Friday.
Ryan will go through it, but what we've heard in the past, and I can't imagine it's going to be deviating from any of the plan that's worked in the past, is as he's entering things on the website, they become available for whatever deal it is. So, take care, Brian.
Have a good one.
But again, it'll be, I'm sure, later, and I'll notate that in the descriptor box below. and I'll join on whenever games are done. Vinny will pop on whenever he's back to C's practice. Probably be Steve and Michael and Rob, depending on Bob possibly getting on as well.
Yep.
So
We'll
But-
make it work
we usually do. So
somehow.
for Vincenzo, for Steve, for Dave, then the IRP. Remember, voting for your best friend for a fictitious award, it's a wonderful hobby. But the awards that you don't win along the way, that's what really matters. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.